Welcome back to Diskydisk. This is the 6th episode, and we are recording this on the 25th of January 2022. And we are a podcast by Ircha Gaming and Tinyhats. We have a Discord channel. Hello. You can listen to this podcast everywhere, basically.
Everywhere.
Was that a good start? Did you like it?
That was excellent. I loved it.
Cool. I always do the start. Next time you will do the start.
Okay. So in this episode, we talk about
the brain, basically, and memory.
We do. It's a big brain episode.
Yeah.
100 IQ.
Yeah, we talk about our earliest memories in life and school, actually.
Yeah. And then we talk about your hacking story.
Yes, we have a big segue, big section of the hacking story when my entire YouTube channel was hacked.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually...
And then we talk about COVID tests in the nose, pregnancy tests, pregnancy tests.
Definitely. And a bit of World of Warcraft.
Yep.
And Stardew Valley. And I mean, this one has a lot of content.
This is
content.
Good. Gonna be a big one. Fun start.
Yeah. Do you have any feedback from last week's podcast episode?
Shouldn't you read the comments? Isn't that where we go?
Oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, I have to find them first.
My favorite thing from Discord though was that several people said, "Why did I click that picture of the Smilerhova? You know, the sheep's head." That was disgusting.
No, that was disgusting.
Sorry about that one.
Yeah, one moment. I need to find my second phone. I have two phones.
What?
Yeah,
why?
my old phone with all the things on, and my new phone with nothing on.
Nice. Why don't you just use your computer that you're currently computering on?
Okay, I can read some comments. Do you have any comments? I mean, that you have screenshotted and like this.
No, I read through them earlier, but I already forget what they all said.
Okay, I can read one comment from Pringle the One. Really he says, really enjoying this, especially since I just found this podcast. It's great to have another podcast that fits that itch. You guys sound like you're having a lot of fun, and that's honestly what I'm looking for. It's dope Discard came by.
Dope.
It is dope.
Fits that itch.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Maybe he had an itch, and Diskydisk did it.
Diskydisk scratched it.
Mm-hmm. Angel Shell says, great fun as always. Feel like I could hear you double this time without problem.
I imagine so that we talk 2 hours instead of 1. Isn't that a bit overkill?
I listen to you while I do my chores.
Sure, my chores. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Definitely. I was listening while playing Stardew Valley, says Jonesy Girl.
Yay!
Yeah, you have a lot to say. Yeah,
I have a lot to say.
You have a lot of Stardew Valley this week.
Yep, I love Stardew Valley.
Okay, another thing I want to address is that in the last episode of the Diskydisk podcast, I love saying Diskydisk. I'm going to say it every opportunity that I get. Okay. I had a script, and I'm never going to have a script again, because that ended up with me just reading from the script and not allowing you to step in and say something in between. I mean, I was like, cell created meat, lab created meat. Is that a morally good thing? And then I didn't leave room for you to say anything, and I was on to the next subject all of a sudden. So I was a bit fast when reading from a script. It didn't become like a conversation.
You know, I listened to the last week's podcast earlier or yesterday, and I also noticed that when you were on the things on your mind, you were talking about your wedding dress. You were like, I went to my friend's wedding dress, and then suddenly you just say, so yeah, I don't like our shower.
I did jump between the topics.
You'd already finished talking about the shower, and then you talked about the wedding dress, and then just, so yeah, I don't like the shower.
Definitely. That was episode 5. Anything else from last? We had our first guest, Discard.
We did.
That was
Everybody
good.
Loved it. It was like the first time he became active on the Discord.
He did? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he had to see all the feedback on himself, because you got to do that.
Yeah. It was good feedback. Discard on Diskydisk, and then he also on Discord.
All the discs.
All the discs.
Disc E. Disc. Somebody asked yesterday, by the way, speaking of the lab made meat that we weren't really speaking about, but you just mentioned it before. So, somebody asked where it was, and I found it on NRK, like the Norwegian TV thing.
Oh yeah,
So if anybody
it
wants to
is
see
called Would You Eat This? That is the official name of the series.
I couldn't find it when I googled because there's so many other things.
I know, right?
So yeah, good.
Yeah, that's good. More comments?
Did you find the Spotify reviews yet?
Spotify reviews. Do we
No,
have?
not Spotify. I mean Apple reviews. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Oh my god, let's see if I can find it.
I did say I was going to find it, but I never did.
We are not Apple people though.
No, I had planned to though, to be like, there must be a place on the internet machine where you go.
On the computer.
On the computer.
Well, you
on
can.
On your PC.
I feel like we should mention this every podcast episode, but you can rate us on Apple and Spotify. We actually have a lot of ratings on Spotify now. Like really? I think it was above 20. I'm gonna go and check. It was like
I never look at these things. I only look at the Acast thing where it says like, "Hello, people are watching, listening, whatever."
They're watching.
They're watching.
Definitely watching. I don't know.
Patrick really wants us to do on live, like on video. He's like, "You gotta do one live." Not live, but like in front of a camera.
Oh God.
Maybe for an anniversary at a later date.
Episode 100, maybe.
That's gonna be a while away.
Yeah, I can't find any feedback on the apples on the thing. But we want feedback. Please leave your feedback in the next episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people love our podcast. It's fun. Another one is saying dope podcast. KH says 4 days ago dope. On YouTube. Yeah, dope. That's the one.
Dope.
Another great episode. Great episode. Everyone loves it. Good.
Fantastic.
No critique so far.
I feel like somebody must have something bad to say. Should we make this week the week that everybody says what they hate about it? What is the worst thing about the podcast?
Yeah, you can leave that in the comment section on the Diskydisk YouTube.
Okay.
Cool. So what have you been doing today?
Well, I slept all day.
Yeah, you did. You're struggling with things.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling good this morning, but then I went away when I got up and washed my face and brushed my teeth and
played Stardew Valley?
I played WoW actually.
Oh.
I had to stand because it was uncomfortable to sit, and I can't. Well, I can, I suppose, stand in front of the TV and play Stardew Valley, but it's
yeah. But you have a standing desk by your computer. I mean, you can.
I do.
Optionally stand.
Yes, I can.
And sit and stand.
And sit and stand.
Yeah, what is it like to stand by the computer? I've never had a standing desk.
It's comfortable, actually.
Really?
It's good for you to stand.
But standing.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that it sounds tiring to me? I mean, standing.
Yeah, but that's the point. If you're gonna sit at your computer for like 8 hours, you could also stand for 4 of those, right?
Yeah, but what are the benefits? Like, let's be real. Benefits.
It's better for you to stand than to sit. At some point I read what it was like, how much energy. Yeah, like for like just your entire body, you spend more energy standing than sitting. I think somebody at one point said that sitting is the cancer of our generation. So
I've heard that. Yeah. But how about you just take a walk once in a while? How
what
about
if you have to work?
Go outside?
No, I don't go outside.
But
not in this weather anyway.
I suppose it is for the back and neck and maybe for the blood circulation, maybe. I think. And it's also more tiring. I don't know. I would never stand up edit. Oh my
Why
God.
not? Could be good for you.
Stand up editing.
Yeah, you can just go to the kitchen, put your laptop on the computer counter, kitchen counter, and then just stand there.
Oh no.
If you have a window, you'd have a nice view of the neighborhood.
So no, I don't know. Sounds weird to me, but I get it. A lot of people do that. I mean, I've heard about standing desks before, though. Seen it in movies.
You've seen mine. Doesn't Patrick raise and lower his in one of the videos?
Yeah. That is one of my favorite videos. It's the last video that you were on my YouTube, I think. Maybe I'm gonna check. So. Yeah, hanging out with Tinyhats. 12k views 7 months ago.
Hooray. Fantastic.
Go watch
7
that.
months ago.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a good video. It was more like a vlog style. We actually walked outside in that video.
We went outside. Sick.
I know, right?
Incredible.
So yeah, the standing desk is definitely featured in that video. We can link it in the Discord.
Featured.
Oh, Ishaman just said something that could be podcast-worthy information. He says standing desks are required in the kommun.
Required or retired?
Required.
Oh.
Påkrävd i kommun.
All right. In the municipality sort of thing.
Is that the name? Municipality?
Yeah, kommune in Norwegian is municipality in English.
That's a weird name, though.
That is a weird name.
Good.
But what does he mean? Like required? Like you have to have one?
Yeah.
If you work?
He says so.
We don't have any.
Yeah, but you work in.
I do.
Well.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want to say something about that?
No.
No, you would get fired. Oh, no.
We would. That's true.
Oh no.
I mean, just so everybody knows what the deal is, yesterday I had a whole rant about everything that's wrong with my work to Isha.
Yep. And yeah, let's say it could need some upgrading, maybe. So, but I guess everyone needs some upgrade at some point. All companies.
True. Just turned into an old woman for a second. Sorry.
Irene, 80 years old.
Yep.
That's my persona, my other persona.
With your ice bugs. Shoes.
Yep.
These shoes. Hello? Oi, so.
Our first section turned out to be 12 minutes, and that happens every time. We have
but it's exactly 12 minutes?
Yeah. Our first, before we do a little segue, transition, transaction, transgender transition, segue. Did we mention that, like, speaking of how long it takes, 2 of the Diskydisk podcast episodes are the exact same length? Yeah.
Which episodes are those?
2 and 3. Episode 2 and 3. They're the exact same length. Same length. On the second, I think, maybe. Or on the minute. Either way.
Like literally to the second.
It was ridiculous. That was coinkydink.
Oh. Did you really just say coinkydink?
It was.
Coinkydink.
Do we have any temporary topics for this? I don't know where my book is. My podcast book. I have a legit book with a lot of.
Why don't you go find it?
But I'm sitting so awkwardly.
Well, maybe if you had a standing desk, you wouldn't have this problem.
No, but I sent the list in your DMs. In the DMs.
Did you? When?
Some time ago. I mean, I have to scroll up between. I passed all the rant that you did yesterday. It was like a wall of text. You were ranting out to me in DMs.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I'm scrolling up our DMs now. That's my wedding dress. That's some screenshots. That's some other things. You eating citrus fruit with your friend.
Oh, lol.
LOLs.
I mean, while you scroll for that thing, I could say, like, I made a soup today, which isn't really that interesting.
You made a suit?
I made a soup, like to eat.
Right.
And Patrick got me a vegetable cutter for my birthday last year, and it's the greatest invention ever. It's just so good. Cutter. Yeah, you should get one. Definitely. Not sponsored.
Are they easy to clean? That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Sort of. I guess you could just sort of rinse it, and then like it comes with like a little not brush, but like, you know, comb that you like comb out through the thing. I'll post a picture of it.
Okay.
Vegetable.
Vegetable. What kind of table is that?
I don't know what we talked about before, because in my notes I'm writing down the things we need to post pictures of in the Discord. I wrote standing desk, and then I wrote Exa, and I'm not sure what I meant.
What? Exa?
I must have gotten like, you know, distracted in the middle of my sentence.
Excited.
Exactly. Maybe you were
exactly excited. I don't know.
I don't know what I meant either. So
okay. Do you have your temp topics list in front of you now?
No, because you didn't have your book either. Isn't that the temp topics below there?
Look in DMs.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I have it in front of me. Yes.
Which one do you want to tackle today?
I feel like we should make that a relationship advice segment at some point. Like,
oh
in the
yeah,
future.
maybe we can start that now. I mean, advertise it.
Advertise it. Okay, on you go. Advertise it.
Okay, we want to talk about relationship advice and stuff for the listeners. If you have any, troubles in your life, come to Diskydisk and we will fix your life, sort of thing.
Because we're so good at relationships, we have absolutely no basis for doing this. But it's just,
I think we're doing great in relationships. I mean, you are now at your 6th or 7th year with Patrick, isn't it? I mean,
no, it's 5 years this year actually.
Okay, me and Ircha, man, we're coming up on 8 years now.
Damn.
Yeah.
So since Ishaman was like 12.
Yeah. My dude is 5 years younger than me.
And Patrick's 4 years younger than me. So
I mean, we're cougars.
Yeah.
Such cougars. But yeah, you can drop your relationship question or something like that in the Discord. I mean,
maybe that should be like an anonymous place, but I don't know how we would do that.
You can slide it into our DMs.
Oh yeah, true. Slide it in.
And we can say something about that in the next one.
If anybody wants any great advice, that is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, temporary topic. Minimalism, lol. Telling riddles. Reading jokes.
Yeah.
Lol. What about your hacking story?
Oh yeah. Our hacking story. Mine.
It wasn't mine.
Yeah, I can tell that story. It was
Definitely.
in November 2019. See, I remember everything.
So really that long ago? Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a YouTube channel. And my entire YouTube channel, for people that don't know this story, it was actually hacked by what I think was some Chinese company that hacks channel for a living. I think it looked that way, I had at that time 19k subscribers, and I fell for an email scam. And and it was like, do you want to check this thing out and do a sponsored section? And everything looked pretty legit. Like, I had already done a few sponsored sections, it wasn't something entirely new to me. And the way that the companies go forward with getting a sponsored section on a YouTube channel is through email. And they say, this is the product, what do you want to do, sort of thing. And and I clicked one link, clicked the link, and something popped up on the screen and it disappeared from the screen again. So it was like dun, 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 dun. I don't know, it was totally the virus that just jumped around and it disappeared. And I was like, okay, what was that?
This is a really great story.
Yeah, this is a great story. Closed the email and was like, okay, never mind that. That was probably nothing. Never mind that. 2 days later, I get an email from YouTube saying you are no longer an owner of Ircha Gaming YouTube channel. This email has now been disconnected from the YouTube brand account. It's called a brand account. I don't know why. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I have no access to my YouTube channel. And I had to double check several times because I was like, this is not happening. This must be a joke or something. But then I thought of the email that jumped around a few days earlier, and I was like, yeah, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Oh no. What do you remember about this? Do you remember this?
I remember you were super upset on Twitter because this is when I was also active on Twitter, and I was like, no. So it was bad.
It was so
and then
bad.
they started uploading all these weird videos to your channel.
Yep.
Like, I don't remember what they were, but they were weird.
Japanese or Chinese game shows, like television game shows.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of them. A bunch. Like, one every hour dropped, and it was my channel. My channel was also constantly streaming these. So all of my subscribers and followers that didn't know about me being hacked, they thought this was me. So they went, I could see the live chat while this was happening. And people were like in the live chat, Isha, are you okay? Isha, is this you? What is happening to this channel? And then someone said in the live chat, she is hacked. Oh my God. And it was really something. And I remember all the YouTubers. I remember Alpha Omega Sin, a YouTuber. We can link to his YouTube channel also. I remember he said to me that he had never seen this happening before. It was truly something new and unique, to see actually a YouTube channel being hacked and actively being taken over by weird content, let's say.
What do they get out of it though? Like the people who hack it, like what's the end goal here? Like
money.
What's the point?
It's the AdSense, the money that comes from it, the monetization, the ads,
Well, that can't be much. At least not then.
It wasn't very much. Back then, I think it was maybe $200-$300 a month.
Well, that's something, I guess.
I don't understand why they bothered, because it looked like a lot of work. But I'm gonna wrap the story up a tiny bit. I was super upset, depressed. I even cried. Oh my God. It was like my entire life was taken away from me again. And I was like, I made a video on my secondary YouTube channel because that was the only one that I had, And I said, I'm hacked. And I held up like a little, a sign saying the date of hacking and all of that.
Like a salute from the old Vampire Freaks days.
Like a salute. I'm hacked, guys. Yeah. Yeah. And this story just caught up in bigger YouTubers like The Quartering and several other bigger YouTubers. Tipster, I don't remember. A lot of people made videos on this, and Quartering was definitely the biggest YouTuber that covered this story, and he made like a big video saying that, oh my God, the hacking is happening. Smaller YouTube channels are being attacked now, blah blah blah. Wait, I'm gonna drink some water.
Okay. You got a lot of subscribers from him. I remember, like, in your videos after you got your channel back. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I'm getting to that part. Okay, so The Quartering, big YouTube channel. I think he had like 800,000 subscribers and stuff back then. He's now past 1 million though. Really big YouTube channel.
Congratulations to him.
Yeah. But he makes like 6 videos every day though.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, we tried to contact YouTube because the thing is, YouTube doesn't really have. I mean, YouTube is huge. They don't have like people that work all day every. They do though, but there's so many. They can't help everyone. So you have
to keep everyone safe.
Yeah, you have to shout really hard if you want their attention. Let's say. So this tweet was retweeted several hundred times. With the tag of Team YouTube, which is the official Twitter account for YouTube. Team YouTube, it's the way to go. If you are hacked, please contact YouTube on Twitter. That's the way to go.
The Quartering.
Yeah, contact The Quartering. He will make a video on it. So the entire Quartering following, his entire following went into this. It was a big thing. It was like I was viral for a few days. It was the biggest gaming news ever.
It's the biggest thing that's ever happened, at least in maybe your
in my YouTube career. Yeah, probably. We, after 3 days, I think it was 3 days, can't say that word. 3 the 3DS.
The 3DS. The tree. Anyway.
3DS. Okay, 3 days. I got my channel back from Team YouTube, and with the help of all the Quartering, mascots, all the people that went to war for me, basically, on Twitter. It was a big thing. Oh my God. Yeah, I can link that original tweet that was retweeted a lot. It's my biggest tweet.
Sure.
I got it back, but the thing is, I've never said this. This is actually exclusive Diskydisk content. When I got my channel back, I had to create a new brand account because YouTube was like, we are going to transfer everything from this hacked brand account over to the new brand account. But I asked them in advance, like, will it still say that I created my YouTube channel in 2006? And yeah. And everything would be transferred over. It was just their way of doing things. I don't know. When I got it back, I saw hundreds of videos set to schedule in in the videos tab when you're inside the the content creator thing on YouTube. There was pages upon pages, hundreds. I'm not joking. I should have screenshotted this, but there were so many. No, I didn't.
Terrible.
I should have screen recorded this. It was such an exciting moment. There's so many videos, set to be released every hour for the coming weeks or something. I don't know how they did this. This must have been a lot of work from the hackers' side. Yeah, and it was also
maybe they just have like a basket of videos that they do this with. Like they just
maybe they do it with macros. I don't know.
Anyway,
professional hackers going on. Yeah, but there were a lot of videos, so my channel would have had content for days. And it was also constantly set to be live streaming these Japanese game shows also.
Did you keep any of them, or did you just delete?
First thing I did was delete every single trace from that stupid hacking thing. I mean,
you should have kept one, just left it on private to be like, remember this time.
I should have. But
funny.
On the good side, I feel like I'm doing a lot of the talking here, but this was my temporary topic. You can choose your temporary topic.
I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
Okay, good to hear. The story is soon finished. The good thing, though, is that none of my original videos were deleted. My 4 newest videos were set to unlisted, so that means the hackers were not complete assholes, I guess.
Which is a little weird.
Yeah.
You'd think they would just delete everything.
Yeah, I know. But what? Maybe my other videos still created some revenue for their AdSense.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Money. We want your dollar.
Or maybe they were being nice. They're like, we're going to get caught eventually. And we don't want to destroy this person's life.
You think so? They did
Not
destroy
really.
my life. They destroyed my life. Do you remember how hard this was on me?
Yeah, I do. And
it was actually super hard on me.
And you said it was only 3 days. It felt like a lot longer. It felt like weeks.
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. I was just lying on my couch.
Watching the live streams.
Actively commenting in the comment sections. How you doing? Watching the Japanese.
Good show. We'll subscribe.
Oh no. But it was happy times. When I got it back, I made the story. It made a few headlines on some sort of journalism sites. Don't remember. But anyways, I got my channel back. I had lost 1,000 subscribers. I was now down at 18k subscribers. And in the coming couple of days when I got it back, and everyone was like, yay, she got it back, and Cordring made another video saying this YouTuber got back her hacked account. I got 8,000 new subscribers in like one day. And
nice.
Because I was going to make that a 20k cake celebration cake video Q&A, whatever, but I was up at 28k or something, 27k when I made that cake. I was like, yeah. People
almost
were like, are you going to make a cake on 30? I was like, no, that's going to be like 2 days from now. Can't make cakes in 2 days.
That was the cake you made in your studio at your little table.
Yeah.
I was very nervous watching that. It was a scary.
I almost dropped the cake. Do you remember that?
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like legit, no joke. Oh my God. That was fun. I got my channel back and life was back on track. And but it was a boost for my channel in subscriber numbers, but I do not recommend this. This is this is not the way to go, this is not how you grow a YouTube channel.
Fair.
I mean, I suppose it did grow my channel a lot, but I don't recommend it because it was a roller coaster of an emotional ride. Was not recommending. 2 out of 10.
It reminds me a little bit of like on Facebook, you know, like middle-aged people, or at least I have those on Facebook. They like, you get chats from them on Messenger. They're like, it's like a obvious scam link because they've been clicking something.
Yep. The older
That's always
generation.
funny.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, my mom's YouTube, Facebook was hacked. It was sending out a lot of links like, look at this is you. And then a suspicious link. Everyone clicked it and everyone got the virus. I was like, Mom, I got to teach you about these things. And she learned from it. And speaking of learning, I also learned some things. I never click links within emails anymore. Never.
Well, there you go. Probably good.
If I'm going to say yes to a sponsorship and they say the product, I go into Google and I Google the product. That's it. That's the way to go.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah. Like Skull and Co. That I reached out to them though.
Yeah. That was really good, actually.
That was good.
Well, it is really good.
That was the best sponsorship so far. A lot of people have bought the thing. Sponsored by Skull and Co. Not in this podcast, but in the video.
Did you ask them why they don't ship to Norway anymore?
Yeah, I did ask them that, and they said they didn't sell a lot to Norway. And I think a company like that has like a, what is it called? A courier, another company that deals with the sending. Let's say it like that. And so that it wasn't a thing because Norway doesn't really buy these things. But they were considering, I think, changing up that thing. That was
it's sad for the people who do want it just because they live in, you know, a remote country.
I bought mine on AliExpress.
Oh yeah, true.
That other side.
I bought the Switch Lite one on Amazon.
Yeah.
But then the big one for the normal Switch, they were still shipping to Norway. So
would you like to have a Switch OLED?
I don't really see the point, right? Yeah. Or I don't know. Is there a point?
Yeah, I made a video on it. What do you think?
I did watch it, but I don't remember what you said.
Okay. I made pros and cons list, basically.
Can you recap?
Yeah, I can recap. The pros were it's a bigger screen. The screen is somewhat nicer. And it's a nice controller, basically. And it's a nice upgrade, you know. And the cons were that it isn't much of an upgrade if you have a Switch to begin with. And the price, you know, you don't really need one, is what I'm trying to say. But if you have the money, if you don't own the Switch from before, it is a good thing. It's a fun upgrade, basically. That is the recap.
How much more expensive is it?
I think it is like in Norwegian 3.5K. Which how much is
difference that? Or like
no, the difference is like 500 Norwegian.
Oh, well, that's not so bad then.
Translate.
I thought it'd be like much more. I don't know how to translate 500. I pass.
You don't know how to translate dollar and Norwegian in your head?
No, you know more. I don't know how much the dollar is worth. You know more about this.
8 Norwegian is $1, I think.
Okay, well then I'm not doing that math in my head. I failed math in high school.
You did?
Yeah.
I was pretty good at math.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sick. Patrick is my personal calculator.
I mean, the grading system, it's not like you get an A or a D or something. We have 1 to 6 in Norway. And I got 3 as a grade in math. Which subjects were you good at and not good at?
Well, English, obviously.
Good. Yeah. Did you get 6?
In English, yeah. In both normal school, like children's school, and in high school. Hooray.
Yes. I got 5 straight 5s in English, I think. I think there was one test I got 6 in English. Sick. Yeah, one of my stronger subjects.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's correct. Do you remember our teacher from like 8th to 10th grade? I know you do. You do remember him. You know, Knut Kongsvold.
Yeah. The one that said, "What kind of table is that?" When I said vegetable. That's the one. That's the teacher, our English teacher.
Yeah.
What about him?
Because he used to like go through our, like when we wrote essays and whatever, instead of being like, you know, just gave you the essay and like nobody, like he had maybe his feedback that he did like one-on-one. He would take like all the mistakes of the entire class and just write them all on the board and be like, Irada, what did you mean by this? Why did you write this stupid thing?
Yeah, really I remember this. Yeah.
It's
Because
really
I
harsh.
remember I wrote an essay about, and I did. Oh, do you remember I liked Green Day at that time?
Yes,
The
I do.
band Green Day. I
Yep.
had seen an interview with Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day, and he
Mhm.
said something like, "It's a struggle to party. It's a struggle to do the concerts. Blah blah blah. You know,
What?
it's a struggle to party." And and
Okay.
I put that into my essay at some point. It's a struggle to party, and I think he wrote that up on the board and was like, "Struggle does not mean this. This does not fit with partying." I was like,
What?
oh.
You didn't
So
think partying was a struggle?
no, I didn't think that. So that was a embarrassing oh no moment.
And he was a really old guy too. Well, not, I mean, we were like 13, so we thought everybody was really old. But I mean, he was like, he, I don't know how old he was. Must have been at least like in his 50s or maybe even 60s. I don't know. I feel like he
That
was
old.
old. He was old to me. I don't know.
Has he passed today?
I
You
don't know.
think?
I don't think so.
I
He's
don't
still
think so
alive.
either. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe he listens to Diskydisk.
You can add him on Facebook, send him a link.
Ask him if it is a struggle to party.
I don't understand what's wrong with that sentence. What if it is a struggle to
No,
party?
because he was like, struggle means fighting, and you know, it means
Isn't he wrong
fighting.
about that though?
It's
You
a
know, it's
a
like I'm
fight.
struggling in my life right now. I struggle to get up in the morning. You know?
It's a struggle to party. I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
just, he was
I
a bad
wanted
English teacher.
I just wanted to sound as cool as Billy Joe from Green Day.
Oh, I'm actually impressed you managed to fit that into an essay, unless the essay was about Green Day.
No, it wasn't. I don't remember what it was about.
How did you get a struggle to party into like a normal English class essay?
No idea. I don't keep my old essays from school. I don't remember.
Oh, really?
It would be
You don't
fun
have
though.
anything?
Maybe some things at the family cabin, but not really.
Mhm. I think that kind of thing is really fun when you have like old school notebooks and stuff.
I know, right?
And it's like you wrote a story about something completely silly. What was that story that when we were in children's school, there was a girl in our class who was going to tell a joke about a woman with a camera.
What?
Do you remember this? It was in
No.
like 4th grade. At the end of like the day when we had our last lesson, our teacher would be like, okay, let's all like tell some jokes, because you know we were like fucking, I don't know, 8, and it's fun, I guess.
Mhm.
And then, you know, you could probably, I don't know, should beep out her name, but you know,
Yeah.
didn't know any jokes. So she started telling this, like, it was probably going to become a joke, but it was something about a woman with a camera. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was really funny.
Maybe I remember a tiny bit.
That's
But
an
you
ancient meme.
did you know that we can have false memories?
Oh, really?
It's a thing that human beings can have. If you, yeah, they've done a lot of experiments on this. You can create false memories in another person. Like, for example, I'm gonna try and create a false memory into your heart and soul right now.
You're going to hack me right now?
Yeah. It was an experiment. It was a documentary. I watched so many documentaries. This is ages ago. The experiment was this. They were going to take the participants and say, do you remember when you were a kid that the police car pulled up to your house and your dad talked to the police car person?
Talk to the police car. I think you definitely remember that.
And the more they talked about this event, the more and more the participants said, yeah, I might actually remember something like that. You know, because the brain actually just constructs these memories to make it fit when you're told something happened. And that is, yeah, it's a chemical thing in the brain that you can actually create false memories. A lot of things I remember are false memories. They're like, did they happen or did they not really happen that way? Super
I suppose that makes sense. Like sometimes your parents would be like, oh yeah, when you were 4 and you like climbed that tree and fell down, I don't know, whatever. And it's like, it was a big thing and you have no memory of it. And then because they've told you, you remember it, but you don't actually remember it, kind of thing. Right?
And every time you are reminded of this story, some things in your brain, like the pathways in your brain, gets stronger and stronger and stronger every time you think about this event. That's why you sometimes remember an old event by very specific things, but you forget everything else.
Like what, for example? For example,
if if we were going to talk about the moment that we were kids, we walked down to this is a memory you recently told me. We were kids, we were trying to go bathing in the ocean in middle of the winter with snow and ice and all these things, so cold. And how was that memory?
But you said that you didn't remember this, right? And then when I said, don't you remember, this is what we did? So you're saying I planted that memory in your mind, and maybe this didn't happen and I just made it up.
Yeah, but after you told me this, I was like trying to construct in my head what it looked like, how we looked like, how the event played out. And the more I think about it, I feel like this is my memory, but I'm not sure. It could be a constructed memory from your story.
I remember it really well, actually.
Okay, cool.
We had like towels. It was so cold that we had towels around our feet.
Yeah.
Like, it's a terrible story, really.
We were how old? 12?
Maybe
10,
something like that.
12, maybe.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
In my
I don't remember that
constructed
part.
memory, I think we were 12.
Yeah, it's really good. I did actually see this documentary once, sort of similar. It's not really the exact same thing, but they do this experiment where there's like a classroom, like a university classroom with like benches. And then there's a teacher and she has a laptop or something on the table. And they send in, like a guy comes in, like runs into the classroom and steals the laptop, like grabs it and then runs back out.
What?
And then they ask all these people who were in the room to describe the person that was that ran in, kind of thing.
Right.
And then they have one like mole among the students that knows about the experiment. And this person starts to say, the guy had a beard and a gray shirt on. And he didn't have a beard or a gray shirt. But the more he said, not like he was like saying, oh my God, he did it. But he said it once, kind of thing. Or the teacher said it. Somebody said it. And then everybody stared believing that he had a gray shirt on.
Because we are sheep.
Yeah. It was just crazy, like, because it wasn't gray at all. It was like a completely different color.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird that the memory of all of these people just was altered because one person suggested something that wasn't true. He also didn't have a beard, and it's kind of like that's like a distinguishing feature.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. False memories creation story. Yeah. Good. I find this so interesting.
It is actually
so damn interesting. But that is also like the way that we are built as humans. We trust what we hear, and we sometimes think that what someone else is saying, that is the reality of things. We trust people blindly,
which is just crazy.
Yeah, it's just how it is, and it's super interesting. So super interesting topic.
Yeah. Do you know what your first memory ever was? Like, what's the first thing you can remember ever
in my life?
From your life? Yeah.
I have about 5 or 6 or something in that sort of number of childhood memories from before I started school. And that is going to the mall a lot with my mom, because I didn't go to kindergarten. I don't know if you know this about me.
No, I didn't either.
Never went to kindergarten. My 2 older sisters did, but there was no need for me to go to kindergarten because I was home with my mommy.
Oh,
such a mommy good
mommy.
Yeah, we had our thing every day. I mean, we ate breakfast, we took the bus to the mall, went to cafes. Mom said that I never wanted anything from the cafes. I never wanted anything from the stores. I was just happy being there
with mommy.
I was just happy. Yeah. She was like, "Are you sure you're not gonna have a cake?" And no, never wanted cake, never wanted soda. I was just happy, a happy small little child. You know.
Aww.
Yeah, that's what my mom says anyway. Isn't that what every mom says?
You're such a happy kid.
You're such an angel kid. Did nothing.
And you're sure this isn't like a constructed memory? Like, do you actually remember this?
Yeah, I think I actually think so. I remember a tiny bit. We used to go to a store called Nille, and I used to call a lady there the lady in Norwegian. That is dama.
Yeah.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Oh, okay.
And
nice.
But I don't remember much of it. I remember me and my mom making coffee every day. She learned, taught. She learned, taught. She taught me English.
She taught me.
She taught me to count. It was like, because you boiled the coffee in a sort of, coffee mug thing. What is the name of this thing?
Oh, like in a kettle?
Yeah.
Sort of thing? Like what you put on a stove?
Yeah, and you have to count to the spoons with coffee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And that's how you learned to count?
Yeah.
Really?
With coffee, with mommy.
That's so cute.
It's so cute. Okay, that's my childhood. Yours?
The entire childhood, that was it.
Well, yeah, it was just me and mommy.
I think actually my mommy might have constructed a memory for me, because she tells this story because she thinks it's funny. Okay. And I don't think I actually remember it, but the more she's told it, I'm like, in my head I do remember it, but I probably don't actually. Okay. Because she said, like, when we were in children's school, you know, the children's school that we went to. In the children's school that we went to, they had like these radiators, like big radiators along the wall, like under the windows. Yeah. And when my mom
where's this going?
When my mom it's terrible story.
This is interesting. Yes.
When my mom would make like lunch, you got like a packed lunch, you know, like you had a little box with your lunch in it. Yep. If she made something that I didn't like, you know, if she put something on the sandwich that I didn't like, I took the sandwich.
What? You what?
I stuffed the sandwich between the radiator and the wall in the classroom. And then eventually, like, they started noticing that there was some smell in the classroom.
What? Is this second grade, before I joined the class?
I don't know. I had no idea, because like I said, I don't think I remember it. But then my mom was like, she was at home and the teacher called her like, yeah, so your daughter's been stuffing sandwiches behind the radiator.
Why did you do this?
Because I didn't want to eat them, and I thought, you know, if I stuff them,
why not in the trash? Why not?
Because maybe like the teacher wouldn't like it if I threw away my food, and I was like, you know, hiding it. But why did I not have like the logical, you know, why did I not think they're gonna notice eventually?
You were a kid. You were a kid. You know, when you're a kid, you have no life experience, none.
Yeah. And the logic isn't there.
So cute. I mean, that is not
thing.
It's not the worst thing that you could have done, though.
Well, I did the same thing when I cut my own hair. You know, like kids sometimes do. You just get the scissors and just cut your hair off. I remember this I do remember, because I was standing in the bathroom. I was like, at this point, like 4, I think.
Oh my.
And I was standing in the bathroom and wanted to cut my own hair. So I cut off like a giant chunk, like like up to my ear. And then I remember thinking, if I just like throw the hair away, they won't notice that I cut it off.
Oh my god.
Maybe
they would never notice.
They would never notice.
Stuff it behind the refrigerator. What's it called?
I was a really dumb kid. Radiator.
Radiator.
100 IQ.
Oh my god. Do you really have memories from earlier than 4 years old?
Yeah, I do have one actually. We're just really going really deep into childhood.
Mine are starting at 4 years old.
Oh really? Because I have this memory that I know is my memory because my mom hasn't told me. But when I explained to her what it looks like in this memory, she's like, yeah, that is where we lived at that point. Right. And I was like 2 years old, so we moved away before I should remember this house. But like I was sitting on the floor in the hallway, and we had like the staircase that went like up, and then there's a landing, and then it goes up the opposite direction. Right. And then I'm sitting on the floor with we had these red toy boxes when I was a kid, and I'm sitting there with the toy box, and then to my right, the door to the bathroom is wide open. It was a pretty big bathroom. And my mom has my brother, who's 2 years older than me, on the toilet. Because he had some like problems with like constipation or whatever. This is an overshare,
as kids do, I guess.
Yeah. And he didn't want to go to the toilet. He didn't want to poop, you know. But my mom had to like sort of make him go to the toilet, because he can't just keep it in. It's just going to make it worse, you know. So, and then I remember sitting there on the floor with my toy box, and my brother crying and just being like, no, I don't want to go.
He must have been like 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have no way to, I shouldn't remember this at all. But my mom was like, yeah, like she doesn't remember that exact situation, but she obviously knew what the house looked like. And she, you know,
And that
so,
the event could have happened.
yeah. She said, this is a very likely story you have right now.
Cute.
So I feel like that shouldn't be possible to remember that far back.
Yeah, I have one other story. Maybe this is actually my first memory. I was on the floor as a kid.
Okay.
And
not just earlier today.
And and a dog jumped me and licked at me in my face, you know, and I fell back and I cried because the dog was excited. It was like a English
setter.
Yeah, good dog. And I asked my mom some years ago now, maybe, what was the deal with that dog? And she was like, yeah, that was a friend of hers. And then it was like, okay, I must have been less than 4 years old at that point, because that was early in my life. Maybe that is. I think also, like, you remember things that the brain considers worth having. That was that.
Like my brother pooping, that was worth having.
Yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, I think it filters out a lot of everyday stuff, but when something big happens, like if you hurt yourself or someone is screaming, crying, for example, I remember my first time puking.
Really?
Yeah, that was preschool. I was like, I don't want breakfast. You gotta eat some breakfast. And I ate it and I puked on the floor. And my mom was like, okay, sure.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't have breakfast.
Maybe I should have listened to you. I don't know, but you remember extreme events because
like
those are worth having, I guess. I mean, wouldn't you agree? Extreme events.
So maybe I was traumatized by my brother pooping.
Yeah, maybe because you were what, 2 years old from what you
and he was in distress, I guess.
Yep. That was something that was not good.
Really, constipation really isn't good.
Cute. Maybe.
I feel like in that case there should be other things that you should remember that are also big events, but then you maybe don't remember.
I think the brain is set up to remember big traumatic events to prevent you from, you know, dying,
doing that again,
dying in the future. You know, it's a survival thing also. You know, if you have ever burnt yourself on a stove, you will always remember that. Every time I drop a knife on the floor, my feet goes out. It's a reflex I have, you know, to not drop something on my feet.
Okay, why? I mean, except for the fact that you
maybe I have dropped a lot of things on my feet and my brain is like, we are never going to do that again. I don't know.
I suppose that makes sense.
Brain is super interesting. I love the brain. Super
Same.
Good. It's good. I love it.
Okay. On our minds.
What is currently on our minds section. We will also talk about what we have been playing lately, but let's start with mind. We have talked a lot about the mind.
Wait, the mind is very like relevant.
This is the mindful episode.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's on your mind?
Terrible. Well, the only really thing that's happening these days is the weather, right? Are we allowed to talk about the weather? Is that boring?
Yes.
It's been terrible.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I live in a sort of boligfelt, in a you know, where a place where several people live, and we have
neighborhood.
No, but like more like a community within the neighborhood. Don't know the exact name.
Like a little, like there's like a square sort of thing, and then there are like buildings like
around. and we're so good, and we have like a set person that comes every day and do the brøyting.
It like removes the snow, pushes the snow around.
Big sort of car that pushes the snow away so that we can drive.
Yep.
That's been terrible. You know, we have a Facebook page, the community, and a lot of people
live in a gated community.
I live in a gated community. Yeah.
Hollywood Hills. What's that secret place where all the famous people live?
Yep, that's where I live. Anyways, there's a lot of complaining on it because there's so much snow. There's just too much. I don't remember a winter like with this amount of snow.
At least not where it all came all at once, because it all like it was like a space of 24 hours. We had like almost no snow, and then whoosh.
Yep.
Like a meter and a half.
2 meters. I want to say
insane.
2. Traffic and people, they can't get anywhere. people don't know what to do. It's like, oh no, I don't know what to do.
Well, you're just shoveling and shoveling and shoveling. Yeah, I guess.
Sweaty
all you really can do.
Sweaty shoveling. Shoveling.
Then we had like stormy weather too. Like it was really fucking windy. Like 2 nights ago or something. It's like a storm.
Yep.
So we actually lol. Yesterday we had trash pickup day yesterday, so we have to bring the bins to the road. So the trash cart, blah blah blah. And Patrick went outside to put the bins to the road, and we have that recycling system where we have, how many do we have? 5 trash bins, like 1 for plastic, 1 for cardboard, 1 for trash, 1 for food.
Sure.
Recycle and good grain is very important. But then Patrick went to put the bins outside, and he came inside again and was like, I think somebody stole one of our bins.
He couldn't find it.
No, it was gone.
It was under all the snow.
No, we went around, we were like, what the fuck, did somebody steal it? So we went like down the road a little bit and was like, is that our trash can? Is that our trash can? But it was the plastic one. It must have flown away. Because it was like around the corner of the house. Somebody must have found it and like they stuck it to like a ladder that is on the side of the house.
Yeah.
And we were like,
because of the storm, probably.
Yeah. And because it's the plastic one, it's really light, plastic's not heavy, so it just flew away. Amazing that it didn't hit our car though. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, with the storm, I heard all sorts of noises from the roof and from the neighborhood. A lot of things must have been falling around, flying around. I don't know.
Flying around.
I was sat in editing and I didn't mind.
Right.
You can't do anything about weather.
No, true.
It's not like you can say, weather, please stop this. Stop.
You cannot.
It's gonna weather. It's weather.
Excellent. So what's on your mind? Except for the weathering that's weathering.
Oh, what's on my mind? Wow, I'm really caught off guard. What have I been doing lately? I don't know. I don't know anything about my life anymore. It's like, what am I actually doing? I'm doing everyday things like working, editing.
You did a COVID test, right?
Yes, I did a COVID test today, and I thought it said positive. I'm so gonna post a picture of this in the Discord, because if you see this picture I'm gonna take soon, you will see what I mean. Like this chart that says, if it looks like this, you are positive. If it looks like this, it's undecided. If it looks like this, you're negative. And they have written it in a way that it can be misinterpreted. And I totally did that. I was like, oh my God, it's positive. Do I really have corona? I mean, I have a small cold, I'm my nose and my throat and stuff, it's a normal cold. So that's why I took
COVID.
Yeah, I thought so. No, maybe. I took one for the lols, because now you can buy your own sort of home tests for a couple of dollars.
They look like pregnancy tests.
Yeah. You can check that also. Kidding. But yeah, I thought it was positive for a moment. But then again, I had to, make sure. And then I saw, it makes sense if you can see this picture. I'm so gonna post that picture.
Okay.
So I thought I had COVID. And my first thought was, if this is COVID, then it's nothing. It's just a small cold. But it turns out I don't have corona yet. I mean, I would never be surprised if I get corona. Nobody should be surprised if they get it at this point. I mean, we're 2 years aren't we 2 years in?
Yeah. On the 12th of March, it'll be 2 years for Norway anyway.
Yeah, it would not surprise me if I get it at some point. I mean, how do you feel?
I mean, I feel the same way, because I mean, eventually everybody's gonna have.
I wouldn't be like, oh my God. I would so write it online though. Make a tweet.
I have COVID.
Hi guys.
You can make a whole podcast episode about COVID.
Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. Everyone knows about this by now.
But how does that work, that home testing? Do you have to stick that thing up your nose, or is it in your throat? What do you do?
It's like a little cotton pad You
Uh-huh.
rub it a tiny bit inside your mouth, and then
Okay.
all the way up in your nose
Ugh.
to the innermost corners of your nose, and then some.
God.
And then you wrap it around up there, and then you let it sit for a moment, and you contemplate life, look into the void.
Stare into the void. Yep.
And then you pull it out, and then you sneeze a couple of times. Definitely, I did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you still have the stick in your nose when you're contemplating life. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. And then you put it into a sort of small vial with a fluid in it, and you shake that around for 1 minute.
Uh-huh.
It's like alchemy in atelier. I swear.
Synthesizing your COVID test.
Yeah. It's a small synthesizing kit. It's so fun. And after 1 minute, you take this thing, shake, you shake it all the way, and then you drop this onto this small little test plate where it says drop this thing here, and you drop a few drops of your concoction, let's say, down there. And then you will get 2 lines if you have COVID, and 1 line if you don't have COVID.
Okay.
Sort of pregnancy test going on.
Yeah, so it's like a pregnancy test in your nose, I guess. Sort of thing.
I was taking a sip of water. Oh my god, I almost spilled that out. Shouldn't say stuff like that. But yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Pregnancy test for your nose. Definitely. Fun times. Have you never taken one? I mean,
not like
home.
Not a pregnancy one. No, just at
no, the COVID one for your nose.
No, but not the pregnancy in your nose one. I've taken the one like where you go to the clinic.
Yeah.
Like the PCR test, isn't that the thing?
Yeah, the vanilla
Yeah.
first OG test.
Vanilla COVID test.
Yeah, I have the expansion. Yeah. Oh yes. So how is World of Warcraft? Do you love it?
I do love it.
Did you see the documentary? We are all about documents. Sorry.
Okay.
That's all I talk about. The documentary podcast. Did you see the one about World of Warcraft, the history story with World of Warcraft from beginning to now?
Is that a new documentary?
I linked it to you, but then you ignored it and you started talking about something else.
Oh, yeah. That was
I was like, have you got to see this? And then you went on about something else. I was like,
sorry.
Didn't you see it?
Yeah, that was a wow. I'll look that up, but is it new? Because I have seen maybe not a WoW documentary, but it was a Blizzard documentary before.
Okay, this was definitely World of Warcraft documentary. It's so good on YouTube. We'll link in Discord.
Okay. Well, they do. I mean, it's a Blizzard / they talk about WoW a lot. They have like, you can see like, there was a long time ago. The only thing I remember is that they show like the launch of Classic. That was like this really fucking ancient video filmed on like a 2004 mobile phone.
Yeah.
And there was just lots of people and everybody was like, Wah!
Yep.
So that was it.
It was good. Really thorough documentary.
Is it long?
Like 2 hours, I think.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
I'll watch it while you edit the podcast.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, we do edit. I do edit this podcast a tiny bit because sometimes it's needed.
And sometimes I say things I shouldn't say. It's just, you can't say that. No, you have to cut it out.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, I try to keep it to a minimum with the cutting, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I recommend the podcast, the documentary.
I recommend Diskydisk very much.
I recommend this podcast. It's good. I'm trying to get my sister to listen to this, but she's like, I don't listen to podcasts. Well, you should listen to this one.
Terrible. So unsupportive.
Yeah. We should force everyone to listen to this.
Yeah, absolutely. Patrick listens to it. Does Ishaman listen to it?
I don't think so.
What?
Nobody does.
That's terrible.
I know, right? But the Americans do.
Yes. Hello, America. What up? And the Canadians. Discord.
Yes.
Yeah. Or I don't know if maybe he just listened to his own episode and he's not going to listen again. He's like, oh, okay, see you later.
I know, right? What else have you been playing? Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's pretty much it. And by pretty much, I mean that is entirely it.
That's entirely it, yeah.
What have you played?
Not much. Actually, not much. Terribly little.
Just sweaty editing all day?
Yeah.
Every day?
Sweaty, basically. Just sweaty.
Sweaty.
Yeah.
That's just terrible.
Yeah.
Lord, what?
I'm just waiting for a lot of games that are coming out this year. And then I will
Are you
be.
gonna play Pokemon? Because that comes out in a few
Oh,
days.
yes. Legends Arceus. Oh my God. It's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. I
I
wasn't
mean-
really sure. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna play it. We'll see.
But have you seen the newest gameplay trailer?
Uh,
It's a brand
Mhm.
new gameplay trailer where they go over all the things like the gameplay loop, what you do, how you do it.
no, I'm gonna say no because I did see something at one point, but I think it was pretty early.
Yeah, they have a new one released now. Recommended. You get
Well,
more
it's
like
coming out in
yeah.
like what, the 28th, I think.
I hope it will be good. I will make a video on it.
Okay.
Why am I talking like I can't get over the sandwich in the what is it called?
What?
Your
The sandwich.
you putting the sandwich in
Oh,
the
the sandwich behind the radiator.
radiator.
Yeah, it's my mom's
Jesus
favorite
Christ.
story.
I can see why.
Okay.
It's my favorite story now too.
Oh, good. I'll tell it every podcast. Yeah.
Oh, my consoler cousin is calling.
Consoler.
My
Are you gonna
consoler
answer?
cousin. Yeah, I'm still gonna answer. Hello? Hello? Okay, never mind that.
Consoler cousin.
Yeah, the consoler cousin.
What were we
Oh,
saying? We were ending.
Where were we? Yeah, we were ending the ending.
Yeah, we were ending this with this.
Yeah. I think this was a good episode.
Same.
It flew by, you know.
It did.
And what? 1 hour
It's a
passed.
45-minute segment about sandwiches behind radiators. It's good times.
Yeah, cutting your hair, basically.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Yep.
good. Thank you so much for listening to Diskydisk. We
Yes.
are Ircha Gaming and Tinyhats. And
Signing off.
signing off. Haven't you said that before?
Well, we really struggle with the ending, which is kind of last time you said, and we will see you later, or you said the same thing that you say on your YouTube.
Yeah, I do that automatically. Sorry.
Yeah, we
Join
need-
the Discord. That's
Yes.
where you will see all the pictures and links of the things that we have talked about.
Mhm,
And you can also leave a rating on Apples and Spotify.
mhm. And a comment on the YouTubers.
Yeah, comment. We want comment is the life force. It's not.
Yeah, something like
force-
that. It's
the
the life
force of- yeah.
life force of life.
Yep.
Yep.
So do that, and thank you so much for watching, listening,
Listening.
and we will
We will see you.
see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Go good.
Ja, good.
Ha det.